happened with Materazzi, and believe me, I've seen that picture since I was in just one all my PhD textbooks, just one PhD textbook, just textbook. Or it's just the headbutts, and it just I didn't really know. I knew it was down from all time, but I just figured out it was Materazzi some not too long ago.
Okay.
Well, France also won the World Cup that year with Netherlands, scoring three of the final goals against two of the final three goals against Brazil in 1998. Zidane also went to lead on the French side to the Euros glory in 2001.
2002.
2002.
And no, 2000. They won the World Cup in 98 and won the Euros in 2000. The Belgium and Holland were the hosts.
Zidane was in both of those World Cup and the Euros, and he also led them to the finals of the 2006 World Cup. Well, we all know the latest Frenchman to win the Ballon d'Or, Karim Benzema. And
are you saying that they are going to go to the finals of the World Cup?
This is just me rolling out some things that just happened, not anything specifically. But tomorrow we're going to delve more into the French national team and their journey, because this French national team, we all know that they have this year they're good, next year they flop, this year they're good, next year they flop.
So they're most likely going to flop this time around.
I don't know, but tomorrow we're going to delve into it as far back as
I don't know if I would 9 to 10 I should have landed in Owerri. The internet is good in Owerri. I definitely would be listening to you, because it would be nice to know what you think about what you're going to relate about the French national team.
Well, let's go back to our usual number 31 start, because guess what? It's 31 days to the World Cup. The 2006 World Cup, the most notable players that we find that were 31 going to that World Cup was Gary Neville and David Beckham. For goals scored in the first minute, Argentina's Esteban Cambiaso scored the second goal for Argentina against Serbia and Montenegro in the 2006 World Cup as well. Cameroon's David Mbe scored the first goal for Cameroon against Sweden in the 1994 World Cup. Sweden's Johnny Ekstrom scored Sweden's only goal against Costa Rica in the 1990 World Cup. For players who scored in the finals at age 31, we have two-time Ballon d'Or winner, one of the German University called West German. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge was 31 when he scored.
Yeah, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge was a great guy. He's now a director at Bayern Munich.
Yes.
I had a chat with him a couple of months ago. Kurt Signatura, fine, nice guy.
Well, you remember the final they lost to Argentina by 3-1. He was the one scoring the only goal for West Germany.
78.
And he was 31-year-old. Another person to have scored the World Cup final goal at the age of 31 is Paul Breitner, who was 31 years old. He scored a consolation goal for Germany in their 3-1 loss to Italy in the final. Consolation goal from both Karl-Heinz Rummenigge and Paul Breitner, but both were all 31 years old when they scored those World Cup final goals. Well, that's it all for 31 and the Ballon d'Or in relation to France for today. Tomorrow we delve more into the French national team.
All right, guys. I will definitely be here tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm flying to Owerri, like I said before, and I'm going there for a wedding this time. It's not an event. It's not. I'm not going to produce anything. I'm just going for a wedding. Sometimes daddy's gotta have fun too. It's a family event, so I need to show up so that before the last starts saying that it doesn't show up for family event, but it shows up for other people. So let me show up for this one and stretch my leg a bit, have a little bit of party jollof rice and boogie. I don't know how to dance. I can't dance. I can't sing to save my life or to save anybody, but I know how to eat. So I'm gonna go there and just eat and have fun. And to my friend Solo Mario, if it is possible, I just might be joining you in Owerri tomorrow on your show. If I'm close enough, maybe if where I'm landing at the airport, because my hotel is also close by anywhere, somewhere there. I don't know the name of the hotel, but I will know it. I'll find that later. I know. Okay, guys, let's get the show running. Let's get down to the headlines and the stories that are making the headlines thick. And don't forget that yesterday, Cristiano Ronaldo was dancing to the tune of Craig David. I'm walking away from troubles in my life. I mean, I'd love to play that song, but then you know how it is. YouTube will not come with copyright strike, and then I don't have the powers to deal with that. So let's leave that on the side. Well, Nigerian football is taking its toll. Okay, so I went on Twitter and I said that if the 20 clubs in the NPFL can guarantee 1 million active followers on social media, my company will provide $1 million funding for the league, partner. Because I can't say sponsorship, because sponsorship, $1 million is not enough to sponsor the league. I'll put $1 million. And some clown from Mushi shows up and said his pride and then was saying all sort of shit. Sometimes when people troll you, sometimes you're tempted to say, okay, just ignore this one. But then I saw that and I was like, okay, this is a setup. Let me school this guy a little bit. And we got into a diatribe. Trap. Now he's apologizing anyway. But it's kind of crazy how people think that you mentioned $1 million and it's pride. First off, it's not gonna come out of my pocket, Mumu. It's not gonna come out of my pocket. If investment money don't always come from your pocket. I know people that I can speak to. I say, look, there's 20 million active people here in this league. So let's put the money in the league through me because it's going to be easy. If you come in your company's name, they might be asking you for $10 million and it's going to work. But people who don't know, sometimes just ask the question, how? Instead of being rude or being insulting because you think, oh, your social media, you can just, no, just ask how is it going to be done? And I'm sure I'm going to like really, really break it down to you because it's an ecosystem thing. It's got nothing to do with me. Okay, but it's got something to do with the ecosystem, and that money will go a whole long way in making the league better. But then some people would never think like that, and they think that that thing that poverty have done to their brain, that's fried the thinking faculty, I put them on strike like ASU, is the same for everybody. It's not the same for everybody. There are people who think outside of the box. There are people who are looking for solutions to things every day. And when people come out on social media and try to say, "Oh, I want to run you down. I want to run you on your parade to prove that I'm smart," sometimes you will get bored. Especially, I always say to people, "I'm not a guy you want to troll. I'm a king when it comes to clapping back. I don't do that to be the big man. No, I'm not. That's something that I will never be the big man. I want to punch you first, but if you do throw a punch at me, I'm looking forward to cutting down your hand." Okay, so let's take the headlines. We are focused and determined to go beyond this stage. Alvine Dah Zossu, that's the coming from the under 17 camp, and then GUSAU to inaugurate 14-man IMC on Friday. So let's take it that LMC is all gone. And it's a shame that most people who are part of the LMC are part of this IMC. And it's a shame, but they don't know now. But I understand. These guys are charlatans. Let's be very, very, let's call it spades. These guys are charlatans. These guys don't really know what they're doing. But this is easy selling their birthright. Eventually, we would see where it goes. It's not name change that will change anything. It is behavioral change. I will not change our behavior. So it's the same thing that will still happen. Oshoala makes 4 goals contribution as FC Barcelona Femenia maul Benfica. Wickedness. And then Arsenal beat Lyon 4-1 away from home. Defending champion got beaten. Carry close to joining Middlesbrough as personal terms agreed. So we're going somewhere with this. NBA, Clay reveals Barcelona's tiki-taka influence on Warriors game. Can you imagine that? Well. Don't want that Drake, who's a basketball lover, invested in Barcelona. And could be something. And then over the weekend, I was hearing a lot of radio presenters, everybody trolling Barcelona that they fought their hand by putting Drake on their channel. I was like, no wonder Nigerian football is not making progress. If you have analysts, radio presenters that people listen to, people bank on to give them information, trolling a club for signing a multi-million-dollar contract with Drake, and I just sit where I am like, okay, no wonder this industry is ravaged with poverty. No wonder, this is how the industry is, because it takes people to know better for them to do better and speak better. But hey, let's go through the stories that we have. The Nigerian women's under 17 team will take on the USA on Friday in Mumbai as they seek to get into the semi-final stage. The Flamingos arrived in Mumbai yesterday, the venue of the game tomorrow. Ahead of the tie, the captain of the side, Alvine Dah Zossu, is already eyeing a good outing against the Americans. She tweeted on her social media and said, "We arrived in Mumbai today ahead of our quarterfinal match against the USA on Friday. As a team, we are focused and determined to go beyond this stage. Good things don't come easily. We will continue to work hard till we achieve our goals." Thank you very much for that one. And thanks to social media. And then again, thanks for the brilliance and the intelligence of a man like Timothy Daimbo. I will miss you on this side as you go to school, but I'm sure you would also be, doing when your exams are done, you do your best to contribute down here and even at the website. I'll talk to you after the show anyway. The president of the Nigerian Football Federation, newly elected president of the Nigerian Football Federation, will on Friday inaugurate the interim management committee to handle the Nigerian Professional Football League. In a press statement announcing the composition of the IMC, the Youth and Sports Development Ministry stated that the move was in line with the 10-year football master plan as approved by. Man, nobody uses the name of President Muhammadu Buhari to lie like Sunday Dari. But let's just go on. As approved by President Muhammadu Buhari towards the revitalization of the domestic league, and that the IMC would be in place to oversee the affairs of the league until a proper professional league board is put in place statutorily. The inauguration will take place at the NFF conference room inside the NFF Secretariat, Abuja, on Friday by 11 a.m. I wish I wasn't going to worry. I would have just flown to Abuja anyway to go see these guys and ask them some pertinent questions, because the league is important to me, it's important to my business, and I think I have the reasons to go ask those questions. Honorable Benga Elebalaya, who is a former DG or so, the Minister of Sports, is the chairman. The Paul Bassi, who is the chairman of Aqua United, is the vice chairman. Prince Davison Ogumi, who is supposed to be the CEO of the LMC, is now head of operations. Honorable Kunle Shoname, who is the owner of the president of what's the name now? Remo Stars. Now this is a little bit, teachy for me, because club owner. Okay, well, I don't know. Honorable Kunle Shoname is a member. Daniel Dabula Mokashi, for all of his loyal service to the minister, finally got infused into one of this organization. Is there Mr. Calvin Emeka Oka, who is in Manchester, who lives in Manchester, is a member. I wonder how he's going to function. Malam Aliyu Adamu is a member as well. Rep of NFF. Okay, one of the NFF rep will be a member of the group. Rep of the Nigerian Police will be a member of this. Barrister Danladi Ibrahim is a member. Mr. Mohammed Nasiru Saliu is a member. Barrister Pobani Ogun is a member. Awalu Babajada is a member. And Mr. Olumide Bamiduro is the secretary of the IMC. I wouldn't lie, I'm not happy about this, but I'm going to wish them the very best of luck. So we see that they move Nigerian Football League forward. But it will be interesting to see what they can do within the time that they've got, how they will get their funding. I really want to know how their funding will come, how things will go for them. But let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. Let's go to Europe now and see what happened in the UEFA Women's Champions League. Having missed most of last season's UEFA Women's Champions League through injury, FC Barcelona Femin striker Asisa Oshoala marked a return in style as aside trash Benfica women 9-0 in their opener. The experienced forward contributed to 4 goals for the Spanish champions in Barcelona. Last season's finalists, Barca were looking to stamp their authority early on this season's edition of the competition. They were up against Portuguese outfit Benfica, which boasts of Super Falcons midfielder Christy Uchemi, but that didn't change anything. Okay, Oshoala quickly involved herself in the play and set up captain Patrick Gudero to open the scoring for the home side inside the first minute of the counter. The Nigerians quickly doubled their assist tally by setting up Aitana Bonmati in the 14th minute as the Spanish side entered the ascendancy. And once that started, there was no going back. After 2 assists, Oshoala showed an excellent finishing in the 34th minute by firing a screamer into the top corner from outside the box to put aside 3 goals up. Oshoala's strike partner Mariona Caldetti scored a side 4th goal in the 50th minute before Anna Kronogosevic made it 5 in the 65th minute. Grace Ferreira made it 6 2 minutes later before Claudia Pina added a name to the score sheet for the Blaugrana in the 77th minute. Oshoala brought up a brace with a tap in after Mariona Caldetti passed the ball to her in front of an open goal, in the 83rd minute. Ferreira scored a second for the game in the 88th minute as Barcelona finished the game as 9-0. It was first like a result from my top 11 team when I'm playing some friendly opposition at the Estadio Johan Cruyff. Okay, Super Falcons midfielder Uchebe started the game on the bench. I was introduced after 70 minutes of the encounter for the Portuguese outfit. Oshoala was the player of the match after impressive effort for the Spanish giant. Let's come to ex-players, stunning coaches now. Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur legend Michael Carrick is said to be announced as the new head coach of Middlesbrough. The former England midfielder had been out of coaching roles since leaving his position as Manchester United assistant coach. As per the Daily Mail and other sources carried as now agreed personal terms with Borough, having initially turned down the approach. Borough fired Chris Wilder, remember him, at the start of October, and have since then been in search of a new manager. This is a chance for Michael Carrick to prove that he can rub off for the big boys. But then, whether he the wrong kitty or he need the wrong kitty or he do kata kata, whatever he do right now, by the time to show whether he really get the blending as a coach or my joke in the joke. Okay, let's go to NBA and see how football played in Spain influenced the way a team plays in America. Okay, Golden State Warriors guard Klay Thompson has revealed the success his team has enjoyed. He's down to Barcelona's tiki-taka played during an interview with the TNT crew after the Golden State Warriors game. One win against the Lakers said, Coach Steve Kerr deserves great credit for the success the team is achieved. Since Steve Kerr was appointed as the Warriors coach in 2014, they have played in 6 NBA finals, won the title 4 times. The Warriors style of play, which is similar to Barcelona's tiki-taka, has brought them great success. So much so that the rest of the NBA teams are now copying them. Okay, let's see the quotes. And I'm quotes now. I give credit to Steve. He came in and he had a vision just to keep that thing hot. Okay, he gave us the perfect example of FC Barcelona. They call it tiki-taka. Thompson to TNT after the Lakers win. He's just kicking it to the open man, and with us giving it to the open man, keep it moving, and it's just play to me and Steph. Okay, if you don't know who Steph is, Steph Curry's, and then his strength is in the match, and it is perfect. So that's how football has influenced a team, and they've won well. I want to say that Steve Kerr is the new Phil Jackson, but he's really doing something laudable, something to appreciate, something to celebrate. I mean, there's definitely going to be a movie on him in the future, and how he turned Golden State around and they finally became golden, after many years of trying and failing. Well, let's come back to you and I and everybody, me and Benedict and everybody out there who's following us. You can drop a comment now on Instagram and on the YouTube train, the comment section, if you have anything to say. But let's start with Cristiano Ronaldo. No, let's start with Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur lost to Arsenal 3-1. They struggled against Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken.
2-2.
They played a 2-2 draw.
Luckily,
Luckily, got a last minute goal that VAR could have disallowed, and they could have lost that game. They lost to Arsenal 3-1. Now they've lost to Manchester United 2-0. At the beginning, before the season started, Emmanuel Sebastian said they are one of those teams that will contend for the title. I knew that was madness anyway, but I could understand because Emmanuel Sebastian was going through some terrible times at the time, so he wasn't taking straight. But now let's come back to Spurs. There are people who actually believe that they were up there with Man City, and I don't like to put Arsenal in the title conversation because, even when Arsenal is on top of the league table, people still say that Liverpool are the title contenders with Man City. So let's leave it the way it is. Spurs, with their inability to show up in the big games, and now with people complaining that Antonio Conte is too defensive. Well, Antonio Conte has never shown himself to be an attacking coach anyway, that is too defensive and all that. What do you have to say to those people? Like, you have to tell the people who have overtly high expectation that Spurs are meant to be title contenders this season. What do you have to say to them?
Well, first of all, the plot of them firing Antonio Conte and bringing Mauricio Pochettino should be the last thing in their mind. I don't like his style of play, but for what I should tell the Tottenham fans and Tottenham supporters is, last time they won the trophy was back in 2008, if I'm not mistaken, and they just need.
It was a leak up.
It was a leak up.
Because when you say it, and somebody who's just listening that, 2008 Spurs won the league title. No,
okay, it was.
You say it's just a leak up. That one that they used to drink tea.
And the truth of the matter is, they need to be a bit more patient. I also felt like they were also title contenders. I also felt that way.
Oh.
I felt Spurs were going to be title contenders too.
When you get.
And I'm still keeping them in my top 4 finish.
Top 4 Spurs in the top 4. Top 4 is Man City, Man U, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. Man City, Man U, Arsenal in third.
You still banking on Liverpool missing out?
No, it's gonna be Liverpool or Chelsea right now. But because they had an English coach, I was almost going to count them out. But the way they're playing and winning, I need to take humble pie and swallow that one, digest it with cold water or even hot water, because cold water will be a comfort. This is not going to be comfortable. Hot water. Spurs in the top one. I don't think so.
But regardless, we need to be a bit more patient. Every manager has their style of play. Since Tottenham fans also were crying out one time that they're not seeing beautiful football. But sometimes you just need to get the win. Get the win. 1 3 points, guy, one goal to nil. If it happens good for them. Antonio Conte is kind of the man because if you look at the past managers that's been there, the Santo, the Jose Mourinho, the Glenn, all those, the rest of them have not been what
Do you
Tottenham fans
do
are seeing
you
now.
do you think that at the end of the season, let's say hypothetically, Spurs doesn't win anything and they don't make the top four, and Juventus have a very very terrible season, and Juventus come for Antonio Conte and say, "Hey, brother man, the love of country is bigger. The love of country, fatherland. This is country. This is Juventus. This is your home. Do it for the family." Okay, one Italian don calls him Antonio Conte. This is me, Signora Salvatore. I want you to come back
Juventus.
to Juventus and let's drink some wine and take some lasagna and pizza. These people at the London, they're not treating you well. We would give you everything you need and sign the players that you want, but just come back. You think it's not going to break his contract?
It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
So Spurs are back to
Where they are.
Fetamoyem back again. Okay. Now I'm just asking because the way people think Spurs are title contenders, like I'm asking, are you not going to first of all even consider them for top four? Like even give them that small hope of top four. Don't forget, they beat Arsenal to the top four last season by just a whisker. Arsenal have become a better team. This Liverpool that we are all saying is a bad team is down to their injuries. If you look at the number of players that Liverpool, we could do all this trolling and all this, bantering, but let's call it spade a spade. If you look at the injury list that Spurs that Liverpool have, you would say that kudos to your club and Liverpool players for what they're doing right now. And it seems like it's changed the system. It's not going to go crazy anymore, but it just knows that it would win. And they're winning. Luck is on their side. Yesterday, I think it was Bowen that missed a penalty for West Ham.
Yes.
This is how the tide turns. Okay, this is how the tide turns. You don't expect them to win against Man City. They won against West Ham. It wasn't one of those good play. They won again. That's 6 points on the bounce on games that you don't expect them to win. Then there are those games you expect them to win. And then look at Spurs dropping points where they should at least try to establish dominance and say, okay, we have arrived. And if that continues, don't forget that Chelsea is also picking up points, piling up the points as they want to go. Spurs pretty soon will fall off that third position and somebody else will take it over and then they'll be going back while other people are going forward. Arsenal are still going to drop points, a lot of points, yeah. But if the people chasing them don't pile up enough points and they keep like cancelling each other, just like Man United have cancelled Spurs now, I don't think it's going to be easy for Spurs to make the top four. But when I hear people say, and this is what they use, Conte won the league in Juventus, Conte won the league with Chelsea, so Conte is a serial winner. I say, shut up. No. You can drive fast when you drive a Ferrari, you can drive fast when you drive a Mercedes-Benz, when you drive a Bugatti, but not when they give you a Keke and Pep and put you on the race with other Ferraris. No, you cannot drive fast. Tottenham Hotspur is a Keke and Pep. I don't care. Yes, they have a great stadium, and my big ball. Uncle Rest, you will not be happy that I'm saying this, but I've got to say it. I know you're listening somewhere in your room right now. You're pressing your phone and you're saying to yourself, if I beat this small boy, yes, you would beat me later. Conk my head. I mean, you're my senior. But the truth be told, Spurs are a shitty team. And I'm saying it as an Arsenal fan with a whole sense of pride. They're a shitty team. And if they make top four, it's even a mistake. They're not definitely not going to make top four. So let's not even talk about them on the top four. Who are they going to displace? They're going to displace Chelsea.
Maybe
they'll displace Liverpool.
Maybe I think
Man United.
Chelsea's bad luck is not fine. I just keep
Why do you feel Chelsea would have bad luck?
It's gonna come.
Why? No, give me a reason. See, when we do analysis and predictions, we should give reasons for it. So give me a reason.
Throughout last season, Arsenal didn't start well. Mid-season, they were on fire.
No, after like 5 games, they were good.
So towards the end,
they crumbled.
That loss against Newcastle and Tottenham is going to happen to them. Chelsea started the season on fire. December, top of the standings. Midway through the season, still in contention. Towards the end, they lose to Manchester City and they are gradually falling out. And then it happened. Everybody in the league has their very fiery moments. They are very down to nothing moments, and they are win here, draw here, lose here moment. Chelsea now, beginning of the season have been mixed. They've been mixed up to now. One can just barely say okay, they are the winning moments. I still feel that the losing moment is coming. It's not far away.
Okay, so Chelsea will lose. That's what you're saying.
They'll lose like 2-3 games. They'll have to be careful.
This your
again.
small head there. They need to talk out. Like, they need to press too confident.
Chelsea play Manchester City and Arsenal back to back.
Would Spurs not also have their future down moment?
Of course they will.
They will, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm good. Let's rest the case now. Let's go to the comment section on Instagram first. Let's start with the people on Instagram, and then I'll come back to you again. But beyond that, while we're talking about, before I go to the comment section, Cristiano Ronaldo, he was sitting in the bench. I mean, Man United were winning. Bruno Fernandes was playing well with a smile on his face. Everybody was matching the game. And then some DJ outside of the stadium was just rolling his public, what's it called, outdoor DJ boots was rolling. And then the song was playing, I'm on top of the world, was playing different songs. And then Craig David just shut up. And it was, I'm walking away. And it's somehow the song just entered into Cristiano Ronaldo's ear. And, like all those Abidjan, all those Yoruba movies where you're watching and somebody just gets up from the house and they're walking and then they will show at the riverbank. Cristiano Ronaldo, right now, we don't even know where he went to anyway, but he just walked away with the Craig David song like that. What do you say to Erik ten Hag, the rest of the Man United team? This is supposed to be a leader, it's supposed to be a great player. This guy is supposed to guide the other players into sense of reasoning, sense of direction. But somehow, it's the guy that have to do that. Your team is winning. The team is not winning. So the team is not winning itself. Why is the coach not playing it? But the team is winning. And this is crazy. What do you have to say about what Cristiano Ronaldo did?
Cristiano Ronaldo is a person who's like really confident in himself and what he has established over his career.
Confident in oneself.
First of all, Erik ten Hag left him in Manchester City 6-3 lost to Manchester City, and he called it out of respect for the worldwide style, and put it that way. Nothing to offer much. I always say one thing one must look out for is what do you have to offer. Cristiano Ronaldo had nothing more to offer in that game. First of all, he's dragging the game of Manchester United behind most of the time, regardless of the 7-1 goal which he scored against Everton. That is just one time where it just had to happen. He should be happy with where he is right now, or he should demand a move this January. He should demand a move. Since he's not going to be happy. Like what I said, who's going to play? Where's he going to go?
But why didn't Man United let him go just this August when the transfer window was open and he wanted to go? Okay.
Well, when the manager says you're part of my plan, just like the vote of confidence, you're part of my plan.
Means that you're not part of the plan.
But there are some people who they say that too, and sometimes they're integral. Although most of the time when it comes down to them having to tell you you're part of my plan, oh my God, it's gonna, because there are some people who come, they know my place in this team is already sure, regardless of the manager who comes.
But let me flip it now. Does all of these things that Cristiano Ronaldo, that all these things that's happening now, does it affect Cristiano Ronaldo's legacy? Like your generation love and look up to Cristiano Ronaldo, like he's the prima donna, is the example of what a professional footballer is. For me, I mean, I've seen better than Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of overall performance. And Cristiano Ronaldo does not have better than him in terms of goal scoring. But I've seen Zidane, I've seen Ronaldo da Lima, I've seen Michel Platini, and I've seen Maradona, I've seen a whole lot. Let's not even bring Messi into this one because Messi belongs to your generation as well. Do you look at Cristiano Ronaldo after all of this and say, well, it was not all that sharp? Because there's going to be some people who are wearing to hug the bench. When they walk out come off a stadium, when Naxima keep phone scatter. Does it affect his legacy? The way people look at him like, oh, Thierry Henry, Higuain, Arsenal legend. Does this not affect his legacy?
First of all, for the audience, Cristiano Ronaldo has personally for himself. He's not going to really take him down. But in real sense, he's supposed to. But from what he has built over himself over the years, and the way people love him, the way people love Cristiano Ronaldo, if you support Cristiano Ronaldo over somebody else, no matter what happens, you just have to find, and that's a worldwide thing. So, in real sense, it's meant to affect him. But in way the thing is going to pan out, everybody's going to just look over it and say, that just happened. Erik ten Hag is just, if I put it, a stumbling block towards the end for Cristiano Ronaldo. And his fans don't really see that way. Career-wise, it's going to take him back a little because like he's missing a lot. He's playing the Champions League when Messi is still playing the Champions League, missing out on Ballon d'Ors here and there, taking 20th position, next thing, only God knows what. Those kind of things are gonna affect him in real life. But in what thing is going, fans and lovers and media won't really take it as seriously.
So let's come to Eric Ten Hag. Most times in football, when Pep Guardiola had his issues with letting Deco, Ronaldinho, later Samuel Eto'o, Zlatan Ibrahimovic go, people say, "Oh, he cannot coach superstars. They have issues. He's a small boy coach. He wants to coach a yes man team." Ateta recently was described as a coach who does not know how to handle big stars in the dressing room. Okay, by the idiot Aubameyang. Now this is happening with Cristiano Ronaldo. Do we also say, is it safe to say that the modern day coaches are not interested in players with over bloated ego?
Wow, really deep question. Well, even his players that have established themselves are always going to be players that have established themselves, regardless of the manager. But every manager has their style of play. If Ten Hag, I know Ten Hag is actually a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo. Nobody, even Jose Mourinho was not a fan of Ronaldo. But when he got to the Real Madrid team, there was nothing he could do
It
apart.
doesn't look like Ten Hag is a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo, dude.
Um,
So it's not what you tell, like you always say, it's not what you tell me, it's what you do to me.
okay,
And then how you treat people that are around. For me, when I'm rolling around you, I look at how you treat people that are around you, very, very small people around you, people that work for you, how you treat them. I'm like, okay, this one that this person is doing this to this person. If I was down there, if I no longer have use, like you have use for me now, I mean, somebody, I know a guy who carries me. I went to a meeting with him 4 times and we flew private jet. But I saw how he was talking trash to his workers, and the next time he called me, I told him I'm not going again. And he was surprised. I'm like, oh. I said, no, bros. I don't think I can roll in this space because some things are just not right. So you can't tell me that he's a diehard fan of Cristiano Ronaldo and he have a chance to coach. He's the first coach that have benched Cristiano Ronaldo ceaselessly. And he does it with style. He goes to the dress. You see him in the press conference. He have this thing in his face that says, I did this to him. I fuck him up. You know, they were asking him, as they said, no, we'll deal with that tomorrow. Today we have to focus on celebrating the win, blah, 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 blah. You know, he was giving attitude like a chip on the shoulder. Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, who's Cristiano Ronaldo? That Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not gonna, I deal with them. I handle them. I hand your hand, as what boys will say. You know, I'm wondering, could we interpret or read something else and say, this guy never wanted Cristiano Ronaldo to stay?
no, he actually wanted him because I don't know.
So why the hell is he not playing him?
That's beyond, because he doesn't have much to play. He can't play 90 minutes a game. He doesn't.
Is that what Ronaldo said?
That's not what Ronaldo said, but he can't play 90 minutes a game. If you watch his game 90 minutes, they rather play in Europa League 90 minutes where the opposition is ammonia and Sheriff and the rest, than to play maybe from a more competitive Premier League. Because also the coach has also figured out that the other likes of the Rashford, the Anthony, the Sancho have bought the heavy price tag and need to play ahead of this. So Ronaldo is more like a market.
Yeah, Ronaldo is not this one.
Ronaldo is more like a market commodity now for Manchester United. And more so, I don't also know what the hierarchy may have said. The hierarchy might also played a role in that keep Ronaldo here for some other external purposes apart from on the field purpose. So maybe Ten Hag just reported that to the press and was like, it's not on my plan, but truly he might not have played.
So let's do the final talk on this Cristiano Ronaldo issue. Which club out there do you think their fans will jump to the high heavens and say, oh, let's sign Cristiano Ronaldo? Is there a club out there? Most likely Chelsea anyway. Todd Boehly would just want to be like, oh, I'm the president that bought Cristiano Ronaldo, final contract. But is there really any club that is crazily excited? And to you guys out there joining on the conversation, is there a club out there, or maybe Newcastle?
There's a club.
Is there a club out there in Europe? I'm not talking Saudi Arabia.
I'm not talking there. Retirement FC.
What's that one?
Retirement FC.
Juventus is gone there now.
No, Retirement FC. That's the club.
Okay. I don't know which club is Retirement FC, but maybe we'll leave this.
They have countless number of fans. They have countless.
Okay.
Worldwide followers.
What's the name of the club?
Retirement FC. That's not what it's called. Retirement Football Club.
Okay.
Cristiano should play for that.
Fem FC should sign it. I think your favorite club.
I don't get my view.
Fem FC, we go eat full malu in 1 minute and buy will join them. We go drink full breweries. I just say Fem FC not get money. Please stop it. Don't disrespect the club. That kind of club. I beg. Don't just even go there at all. That's the richest club in the world. They can buy Chelsea. They wake up tomorrow and say they want to buy Chelsea. They will buy Chelsea. Those guys are good. They beat people for themselves. Okay, Daily Man, I say good morning, Elevator of Sports. Good morning to you. He said, how do you do? I do fine. I do, clock. Okay, he said, how do you see Eric Ten Hag performance yesterday against Spurs? Spurs is not a big team. You don't judge anybody's performance by their performance against Spurs. Spurs is a shitty team. Anybody will beat them. So let's not even bring that one up. But Eric Ten Hag, I mean, Man United is a team in transition and their team going through their own turmoil. I'm not going to read too many meaning, but I think that Eric Ten Hag has steadied the ship. But the ship in itself is still sailing on troubled water. Cristiano Ronaldo is part of that troubled water. So we would see how it goes. Okay, Daily Man, he said he got back straight up. Okay, and Saviki said Spurs. Where was that? Spurs will still fall out of the top four. I agree with you 100% on that one. I don't think that Spurs will make the top four. They should prove me wrong anyway. Daily Man, I say Chelsea are good. Don't be fooled, okay, though. My young man in the studio, Tottenham goes back to usual Tottenham. They get sloppy. Okay, if they get sloppy. So Chelsea would get into the top. No, Chelsea will do top four. I think Chelsea is a top 14. Spurs are not going to make the top four, according to Daily Mail. The Daily Mail I wanted to say Ronaldo didn't show charisma and character at all. No, there's somebody play music. I tell you, somebody play music now. And the DJ for our side, the thing was very loud and it was his favorite music. I'm walking away. And Daily Mail I want to say, in my opinion, that's not to mean you walk out on the team. You are aged and the game didn't just need his addition. I agree with you on that one. And then Sir Victor Malalu, Saviki says that 3-7, Cristiano 7 is not a team player, so selfish that he could not celebrate the victory with the team, celebrate victory with people. Nah. Then man came up again and say no club was willing to pay his wages. That's why his move wasn't eventually secured. Okay, that's another angle again. Who will pay Cristiano Ronaldo's wages anyway? Philip Tribe says, miss listening to you, Chief Palais. Okay, now that you are here, don't miss me again. But tomorrow I won't be around again. Phil Bobby! Look at Phil Bobby. Phil Bobby all of a sudden showed up. Phil Bobby, it's been a while. And Christmas is coming close now, so you're showing up. It's good. Hamper is coming. Phil Bobby said, good morning, Legotan TV. I definitely, you're doing a nice job. Thank you very much, sir, for that. One day, Sir Vicky says, but I blame the manager for not allowing him to leave them. Me too. I think I blame him because it doesn't look like all those fights to keep him meant anything to the manager. Daily Mail says the manager said what every manager would have said, saying he's still part of our plans, but shrug them. Alex did the same with Anthony, saying he's not leaving and he being a part of it. Okay, I understand. Okay, but Phil Bobby says no player should be bigger than the club, no matter how small the coach or manager is. Always respect the position. But you guys just said this when Aubameyang or Ozil was doing what they were doing, and you said Arteta is the baby coach. He doesn't know what he. Deliman said United paid the money. So Ebuski, he said, I've missed elevator analysis. It's always good to listen to you discuss. Thank you very much. And Deliman says, I don't think ETH is being unfair. Okay, Ronaldo just needs to know it. Get his time and play. Okay, I agree with you on that one. I don't think the coach is unfair. Phil Bobby says he would have joined Manchester. For Manchester City, don't want him now. The Pep Guardiola not come out to say they were never in the hunt for Cristiano Ronaldo. Which Man City? Daily Man, I say no club in Europe will be willing to pay for Ronaldo because of his wages. Okay, so Vicky say AC Milan will want him. AC Milan have a youth policy right now. They're focusing on young players. They're not going to do that. Ebuski says with the amount Cristiano Ronaldo demands and his age factors, it's difficult for any top European club to sign him. I agree with you, Ebuski. I don't think there's any club. But thank God they don't call Arsenal into all this conversation. Saviki said retirement FC is AC Milan. Really?
No.
Really? No, nah. And young players in AC Milan, that's not retirement FC. Mostly 101, they say, good morning, Elevator, good morning to you. There's the Rolanda and the rest of them. So let's go to YouTube and see what our guys on YouTube are saying. I love you guys. You know that so much. You guys are the reason why we're here. But do you know Rebecca, even before the show started, showed up and said good morning, boss, good morning to you. And he said one reason why clubs and managers don't want the idea of signing CR7. Make them release them by January. I beg. Nonsense. That's why I said it to. It's not me, it's in that said it to. Okay, you can go read it on the comment section on YouTube.
But from the look of things yesterday, that Chelsea Brentford game, Chelsea decided to go start Saman Broha, and I felt like Timo Werner and Harry Maguire joined together when in the game. They were just there to oversee things because from the look of things, they might need a clinical goal scorer like Cristiano Ronaldo, but the whole thing
Clinical where?
goal scorer.
Which clinic? Dorred.
But they might need, but I feel like it's also going to shake the psychology of the whole team. That's why Thomas Tuchel was avoiding him. And who knows if Graham Potter also wants him. But Todd Bowley himself does want him.
Chelsea is not losing. That's the most important part. Chelsea is not losing. They are not losing. They didn't lose the game. That is what you want to say. Daily Man, I say Arsenal no evil the border. And then when I say Arsenal would never buy any player who demands exorbitant fee. No, they won't try to. You cannot come out of danger and jump back into the danger. No. They made that mistake. They won't try it again. Nah. It's not gonna happen. So let's go to YouTube and see what everybody's saying. Full Solozon says, I don't see Spurs in top 4. I'm with you on this one. The Olarwaju, he said, I'm sure Conte is going to leave anyway, and it might be soon. Oh God, that's bad news for Spurs people. Uncle Rest, not me talking about the Olarwaju talking for YouTube. Okay. I feel like me say, boss, how is your son feeling? How is he? It's fine. It's fine. Zeb still not resumed school, still very, very weak and struggling with Katana. Katana added to this team, and it's really stressful. I'm feeling bad, and I'm going to leave it tomorrow. My wife is already. I gotta go, man. I travel too much. That's why I need a private jet. When I say I need a private jet, people say I'm bragging. I need a private jet, please. And this is not pastor's private jet. This is me. I need a private jet. And if you are interested in being co-owner of a private jet, come, let's talk. So that maybe we could be 4 people come together, buy a private jet. It will ease our travel. I partnership in that regard will not be bad. Okay, Ogunibola, Oluwafemi Taye says, Eric Ten Hag should have introduced him after warming up. You decide to keep him on the bench. That's unfair from the manager, but that's my view. Yes, it's unfair, but what if, okay, one more. I was looking at the player that seemed like I want to remove the player, and then all of a sudden the player raised his game. So coaches, let me tell you one thing that coaches do. Coaches sometimes psych the players on the field by telling players on the bench to warm up. So when you know that your position is strengthening, you start moving extra, you start running extra, doing that. It's psychology. If you work, it work. And then there's no need bringing in, knowing fully well that Cristiano Ronaldo will not track back, he will not mark. And then this sports team can just bring a surprise for you if you have one man that is not, pulling with. So I don't know. I'll be to me this name now. It says Spurs is the only English club without a number 10. If Conte decide to say, I give him one more season, he will be sacked. If he decides to stay, I give him one more season, he will be sacked. Okay. The Olara will say maybe or maybe not, depending on who you speak with. But I think Ronaldo is pushing it too far. That's talking about his legacy, whether it's going to be damaged or not, or what's going on. Olara went on to say, which club would want him right now? I don't think. Maybe he can step down to the level of some clubs needing sawdust or stardust. Okay, maybe Newcastle. But Newcastle's say so. I didn't give Eddie Howe any chance. I didn't reckon with him. I didn't look at him like, a guy who would really step it up. But he's done very well, ended last season well, and this season he's put a team together. All them Almiron, those players that cannot even walk into West Ham first team or Arsenal or Spurs first team, and have been molded into a team, and they are doing well. Even their so-called all-star 60 million signing has been injured till like next year. Alexander Isak. Okay, so if you look at this team that Newcastle has got, Newcastle's built a team that functions as a team, as a cohesive unit. I think a star player might just come and destroy the team. I don't want to
Yeah.
believe. I don't want to believe that Newcastle would take that gamble. That's the kind of gamble that destroys a good work, and then you start from the beginning because they play well as a unit. Everybody's working for each other. You're not gonna bring one guy that will be strolling.
The thing I feel is that no team these days really wants one player that can damage the whole team because this is not the era where we can buy some real big move stars and they
Yeah.
come and they just merge into the team and it happens for them. Because Ronaldo, there's no team that is not going to affect. He's going to want everything for him personally, all set pieces, everything, even throw himself, even keeper self. One day he'll soon be a keeper.
Oh,
But that's just how it
he
is.
wants the Mbappe kind of contract. The contract that have not killed Mbappe.
But it doesn't happen because these days, almost any small thing can just ruin the units that all these players have, regardless of each team, regardless. Because that era of okay, new player, a bigger star is coming to join our team. Okay, we're gonna let one go, and this one is going to totally seal up everything. Like the Ronaldo when he initially went to join Madrid, that one was a certified star moving to another team
Yeah.
and making it a better one. But this one, star coming to a team trying to get themselves together is going to just spoil everything.
I agree with you on that one. I can't even argue it at all. Lord Mayor shows up and say good morning, boss. And then Odini Reveleko showed up again and he said when teams on a preseason to train together, at that time Cristiano Ronaldo say he get family issues to travel to see her. The coach is rewarding them now. Okay, is forming not be meant be that. Okay, that's true. Cristiano Ronaldo. Somebody say Emperor say you the meant like in you don't local, Epo you local, and you've gone local. Okay. Let me say if Cristiano Ronaldo na free transfer, clubs will come for him for sure. Okay, that's another angle to the conversation that I never looked at. But that's true again for free transfer, but it would demand outrageous salaries. And some people don't want to break their club salary structure for him. I think when Messi leaves at the end of the summer, PSG might just attempt to like, okay, let's fuse him in here. Let's keep that star power personality. I think so. I don't know, but I think so. They might do that one. It's possible. Chooks Aswegu says greetings to you from my house. Okay, it feels weird watching from home since Alaba is temporarily closed due to yesterday's madness. My love to Benedict. I like his solo videos on IG. He has a great future. Now, bros, shoots. Because I was hearing what's happening in Alaba, all through yesterday was Alaba was trending. Please give us details. What happened in Alaba? Let's just get a feel of it. What happened in Alaba yesterday, please? Fill us up with that one. And Benedict, you have a new fan in Chooks on your Instagram page, so you might as well reach out to more people. Okay, this one is coming from Diane, and Diane says it's on my WhatsApp. And Diane says, "Good morning, Dafi. My name is Diane. I want to ask you this question on a personal level, but it's still football. The whole clubs in Europe, if you have the blank check, carte blanche, to pick any club to coach, currently with the players, the squad that they've got, which one would you likely coach?"
I was going to ask you that question too one day.
Really?
Yes, one day.
Which one would you love to coach, and who are the players that you will kick out, and who are the players that you will bring in? Currently, the club that I love, that I love everything about, is Arsenal. Not because I'm a fan of Arsenal. Like the setup, if I want to coach, they seem to have everything that I like if I want to work. But for instant win, I'm going for Manchester City. I'll coach Manchester City. The player that I will remove fast is Jack Grealish. I'll kick him out of the team completely. And I would replace him with... I will bring in... So because they have Alvarez already, I'll go and buy Rafael Leao from AC Milan. I'll bring Rafael Leao to AC Milan. Then also in that midfield, I don't think Rodri is enough for all of the things that I want to do. I will go and spend money, even if it's 120, 100 million, for Anguissa. I'll bring Anguissa to the team and then I'll put it together. I think I could. It will give me the opportunity to win a quadruple if I really like squeeze my technical know-how or tactical know-how into the team and tell them what I want them to do. I mean, I could also take Pep Guardiola for good measure. Pep Guardiola as my assistant, my scout. I said Pep Guardiola go as scout. Go as Jesus, this is where he will beat me. So just say Pep Guardiola go and scout for me, and then I'll call Mourinho and say Mourinho, I want you to be my advisory council. I'm going to be the first coach that have advisory council, and then I'll say, I said, Wenger, come and work in the cleaning room. Come and help with the cleaning of boots. I mean, scrubbing boots, the washing boot for me. God, pride will kill you and say, enough for you. But that's that part of the joke. I think it's Man City. That I would love to coach. What about you? Let me throw the question to you. What about you? If you have they'll call you and say choose any team you want to coach, you have like a 5 years contract.
I'm going to coach Real Madrid because number one, they have a part automatic ticket to the La Liga title, regardless of what can happen. A part La Liga ticket.
It's your coaching that will decide that part.
The thing is, Real Madrid, even if
it's your coaching that will determine it.
Even if there was a player manager in Real Madrid right now, they have a big shot at winning the La Liga.
Okay.
I'm going to go to Real Madrid.
Okay. And who are the players that you will kick out of the team?
Okay, for the players I will kick out of the team, Eden Hazard 100%. Eden Hazard is a WASDE product. For the players I'm going to bring into the team, I'm going if it's possible, I'll make Charmaine the captain because Charmaine's work rate is exceptionally good, but he's too young to outplay some other people. If I'm going to bring another playmaker into the team, I'm going to bring Jack Grealish to the team.
Jack Grealish?
Yes, I'm
okay.
Jack Grealish.
I dash you, take your Jack Grealish, pack your load and go in Jesus' name. All right, this one is coming from Sam. Sam is saying, if I saw your comment on Twitter, you said you will give the league $1 million, and if each of the club have 1 million. As daunting and as difficult as that is, how do you plan to achieve that, and what is the benefit for you? Okay, so the benefit straight up is like if you read the tweet, I said each club have 1 million active users, so it's not just like people that are just there and dead. Okay, 1 million active users. Somebody is saying, God forbid for your Jack Grealish to Madrid. Daily man has say, God forbid Jack Grealish. God forbid. That's what he's saying. Okay, so for the how, if you have 1 million active internet social media users, especially on YouTube, for instance, and I will raise the money. I mean, I'll raise $1 million because if I go to any VC and I said I have a market that would buy a product with 20 million people, 20 million active people, they'll give me more than $1 million. Okay, so if you play in that league, you understand what I'm saying. If I go to a VC, and for those of you who's wondering what's a VC, VCs are venture capital companies who have plenty money, but they are looking for emerging market that they will spend their money on. So these VCs, I mean, I was speaking to somebody the other day, and this is one of the advantages of flying first class or business class. So we're just there on the plane, and people in business class like to talk. That's one of the things that first class, they just like to talk. And this guy said, okay, works for this company, and under his control is $500 million to disburse, but it's not for illegal, for legitimate business contracts and all that. $500 million. So I have the contact of that guy, for instance. If I go to him, I said, I have 20 million people that would invest on content. Now, 20 million people. Let's do a little bit of mathematics here, because I know when I put it on Twitter, a lot of people are like, 20 million people that are active. Okay, let me like, how much would you get for 20 million views on YouTube? Okay, let's see that one first, just YouTube. So it helps us to categorize the money for that. Although initially made nothing from it, okay, no, that's not giving me what I want. Okay,
Well,
I'm,
in case you don't know what he was talking about, it's also what Warren Buffett does. He own about
yes, that's what Warren Buffett does.
60
That's what
different.
those guys, what do you call them? The Shark Tank, the whole people that you go and present something for.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
they invest in different type of business. They do no business particular. They just like giving you money and you give them, promise them returns, and you get what you want to do personally for yourself. But you must give them their money back, or
yeah, for
with
sure you get
something,
them.
on top of it, which is basically what Warren Buffett does.
Okay, so with 20 million views, you get 200,000 minimum $200,000, right? Now, $200,000, you are going to put $1 million. Oh, $200,000. So where's the $1 million come from? You're going to do content around the league for 20 million people to invest. The league is run for 9 months. After that 9 months, there is still the off season and all that. So if one content that you put out, let's say 125 minutes or 30 minutes content documentary or whatever, one magazine content that you put out gets 20 million views, and that's $200,000. Multiply that now by the number of content that you can put out, okay, in the course of 9 months, and then multiply that earnings by the volume that you get. So you're talking about having invested over 100 million in one season. What's $1 million to 100 million, right? That's like the minimum. So then there are some other things that you would do because you are not the sole content creator for the league. All of those people will latch onto it. So you most likely will do content, one for the league itself and then for the respective club. And their active followers will jump on it crazily. Look at AFTV, for instance. AFTV does content that is around only Arsenal. When it started, there were like just like two people. When Robbie started, it was a madman. Like people saying like a fan who cannot keep his mouth shut. Okay, even people within his space now are not creating their own channels, are like branching out. People like them, Kelechi, the girl, and they're branching out now off what is done because at the beginning nobody believed what you're saying. So if you look at it now, you now have a structure. Like there's a company, the studios are different. They have multiple studios. They have the studio where people do just view live matches and then they capture their reaction. There's the one where they do analysis. They even have the digital board where you can analyze how a goal was scored and all of that. That's the same thing that people like Sky Sports have. And then they have the news segment. Then they have the one where they do the 4-in-1. Then there's the one they do the bias analysis. All of those things. They've created about a 7-in-1 studio that you don't need to like move and then say, oh, my show not finished, somebody has come here. You can be doing one show here and doing another show there like that. So it's something that if you invest $1 million and say, okay, I'm going to give you guys $1 million over a course of 3 seasons, okay? You break it down to 350, maybe 300,000 the first time, and then the other 2 seasons is 350 over 3 seasons. In one season, you make that money. It's very, very clear. So I've worked out the numbers before, and I broke it down to 1 million active users per club, and it's a straightforward, clear money that you get. 1 million views, for instance, is in the lowest CPM. So in the area where you have the lowest CPM, even if I want to register that YouTube channel, I'll go and register it to yours. Okay, I will not use this one. I'm going to register a new YouTube channel in the US because the CPM for Nigeria, for instance, is very, very low, right? So the CPM for Europe is €8. The CPM for US is $10 per post, per view, per click, right? Okay. And then for here, it's about $1.50. So the difference is very, very large. If you understand the market already, you use it. Why do you think WWF brought Paul Logan to WWE? It's because of his 20 million followers. Why do you agree? Yeah, why do you think everybody is trying to box him? Everybody wants him. The MMM wants him. Wrestling wants him. Boxing. It's not because he's a trained wrestler. He's just doing what we call agidi or what we call gragra. But the gragra is paying off because everybody wants a slice of his 20 million followers. So I think that if the MPFL really wants to grow, that's what they should look at. And people say, oh, it's not possible. Well, Vendresa have about 1 million followers on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook already. So it is something that is doable if we wake up and say, okay, let's put in the shift. Let's put in a little bit of the hard work and get it done. That's how the money comes in. And then the harvest of that money is way, way bigger. Look at Wrexham. Wrexham is the third oldest club in the world. But nobody talked about Wrexham for like God knows how long. Until Ryan Reynolds and his friend, showed up and bought the club. Look at where they are now. I mean, they just done one film on them. They are doing another series again. They're doing another series. They're shooting another series again on them, and then there's a whole lot that is spinning off of that. So every money that we're going to, is it not surprising that all the richest people in the world today, none of them is oil mogul.
No,
All of them are digital people on the digital space. So does it not already tell us that if you really want to make money, you start the digital space? Because that's where your money is. And you know what? They say we've never crashed up to 1% of what we can achieve from the digital space. Somebody is building a hotel in space in Mars, and people are saying he's going crazy. Okay, everybody's been crazy when they started. When what's the guy that owns Google now?
Larry Page and his co-owner. I don't know his co-owner. Larry Page is his name.
Yeah, when he said at the beginning that he wants to create a platform where everything you're looking for you can find there, people said Larry Page is a fool. It doesn't make sense. So where will he make his money from? Well, he went from the guy in the garage to who he is.
Oh my God.
Jeff Bezos is Amazon, right?
Yes.
Amazon said, I want to have a shop where you can buy anything in the world, but I will not have a single store. The Chris for head. Today, we know who the Chris and all those people say the Chris for head now. Some are even begging to be Uber driver, for a delivery driver for his van.
Well, Steve Jobs always said, who can change the world? Crazy ones enough who think they can. Crazy is the highlighted word there.
Yeah, so people don't understand when you say this. Oh, you're mad, you're arrogant, you're proud, you're feeling like too big. Well, Chooks, as we said, there's been cases of excesses and needless taxation on traders. And yesterday, some of the traders refused to pay, and the tax collectors brought in their thugs, friends, and all the hell was let loose. Oh my God, man! The drive for money in Lagos this period, locking people's gates, collecting money. It's just simple. Okay, it's making people hate this whole thing because you just know that this is because of the election. Right? Everywhere you go, they're squeezing all the money out, squeezing all the money. It's a case of in case we lose, we get money. In case we lose, we get enough money. Okay, because the amount of overturning of powers will be too much. So everybody is squeeze money. If you look at Lagos now, there's no money going around. Money is not going around anymore. Everybody is holding on to their money like, man, no, we don't know. We might lose, or they're not really sure, and we might lose. So well, it's one of those things that happens every time. It's past 10 o'clock now. Is there any topic that we're supposed to talk about that we didn't touch base with?
Not really. Tomorrow World Cup as always again.
All right. So tomorrow Benedict Eki will be here. That young man that you're seeing on Instagram right now with a small head, fine face. Will be here to give you all of the gist of the show. While I'll be in a weary. So if you're in a weary, we just might collide. But I'm not going to stay long. Stay Saturday, Sunday morning, I'm back because I need to be here on Monday morning. It's not easy, but we got a job to do. Thank you very much for everybody who stayed with us on the show today. Whether you listen via the online platform on www.alagotetv.com/radio or you listen on Instagram or YouTube. Thank you very much. But please do as well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please, when we drop our content, whether it's a short one or the long ones, engage in the comment section. Come on. You see 800 people, 700 people view a short video that is not up to a minute. It doesn't take much of your data. Just comment on it. I put Victor Gali there, who's naming the top 5 players that he played with the national team. Comment. In the middle, I say that they pay money. They don't pay money to comment now. Just comment. Drop a comment. Drop your own top 5 Super Eagles players. Oh, okay. He talked about the coaches that impacted this game. Gunnar who's something, and Bonfrejo. Drop your own comment. Wait till happen now. We offend them. If we offend them, I'm gonna say tell us. Drop your comment and tell us who we offend them. If not something we apologize for, we'll apologize. If we don't apologize, we'll tell them and say we'll not see the wrong in it, and we'll move on. But yeah, see you guys on Monday. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Keep commenting on our content and loving it and sharing it amongst your friends. Have a wonderful day.